loaded inside the HTML. We know how to load an image, right? Directly, image tag can be used so that we can have an image. But using this Django, how to have the static files inside the templates? That's a requirement. First, we should have settings.py. For any new change, you need to have it first inside the settings.py itself. So inside this, if you go to the last line, static URL, that's the static thing, right? So why the static files are required? For the CSS, JavaScript, images. Those are the static files. And in Django, how to have the static files also, there is a link. You can go through that. Or else, I can give a path, like where I'm creating the static files. Inside user, we have templates folder, right? Similar to that, I'll create static folder. The name itself should be static. And we have some images folder. So I need an image, right? I already have an image here. It's just taking some time. So the image which is getting displayed here, this image I want to load inside the user home. Okay. So what is the next thing you have to do? Copy this thing, go to the images and paste it inside that folder, .png. Okay. So it's a PNG file or any JPG file can be there. Here the static image is there inside the users, right? I need to specify the directory now. So what we have here, static underscore directory. Similar to the template directory, we need to keep this here, os.path dot join base directory. So this is a base directory, right? And in this base directory, what we have in the user, static is there. And next, what I can do, I have static files directory. Static files directory. In this, we have to specify the static directory actually. Direct the OS path, you can write it here inside this link itself. Okay. Just the static files directory I'm specifying using a particular variable. Static directory. Save this thing. It's similar to what we have written for the templates. See here, templates, the directory is given, right? OS path join. The same.
You are giving line by line, right? We can give a single line itself, right?
That's what I'm saying. Two ways we can give it. I have given in two different lines, like static directory and
No,
the OS.
actually 132, 133, 134 can be single line, right?
Yes, single line also.
Yeah, that's
Just I'm showing you like line by
okay.
line.
Okay. Okay.
Now I have to load these files inside this static or templates. We have this user home rights. So here I want to have the image now. So if you want to have the image, first thing what you have to do is I want to load the static files, right? So here
Yes.
we need to write load static. So what this load static is doing, it's loading the static files in our particular thing.
Is that load static inside the HTML or outside the HTML, right?
Outside the HTML.
Outside. Okay.
Okay. So before starting the HTML, you just have to write this in the first line, load static. Next, I need to have the image source, right? The same thing. Image source equals to, just we need to specify the static source or the static thing. Static in the images folder, there is doc.png.
So here, in the double quotes, inside the double quotes, can we take the double quotes again?
Yes, this is HTML, right? Not Python.
Okay. Okay.
Django HTML is different and normal thing is different, right?
Yes.
If you want, you can have single quotes also, not an issue.
Okay.
Let's see once whether how to execute this thing now. Open the browser and just run this. So which database you are using? MySQL. If you want, you can use DB SQLite also. Like if you open the DB browser SQLite, you can try Oracle with the higher version actually. I have 10G. If you can have download the 11G and try those things, it will work out. Open database, DG drive, Doctor application, DB SQLite 3. See, these are the tables which are generated internally. So the auth group permissions, auth permission, auth user groups, all these are. So why we require all these things means, let's see the next concept. Before that, first run this part. Uh, Shiva is the username. Shiva is the password. You got the image, right?
Yes.
You can have the width and height also. But mostly how the static thing is getting retrieved, that's important. If I click on profile, it'll go to the profile thing. who has logged in, the same user. Okay. Next, Python also provides a thing known as super user creation. The first thing, I'll just change this thing to my SQLite, DB SQLite. So how to change that thing to DB SQLite? Just change this things, comment it. I'm just commenting it. Here you need to give what? SQLite 3. I'm using the SQLite 3 database. And the name should be given where you are taking this from. The directory. os dot path dot join base directory, comma db dot
SQLite.
SQLite 3. This is the thing. Because we have a particular thing known as db.sqlite 3 only as a SQLite 3 file name. This is a default thing. So I'll change it to SQLite db SQLite 3. Reason is because in MySQL I can't create all these tables. Instead of creating this, you can copy paste also. But first we'll see with the SQLite, then we can go with the MySQL part. Now, I've changed that to SQLite 3, saved it, yes. I want to create a super user now. So Python space manage.py space create super user. Before that, why this super user, how to access this means in Docker application urls.py. When you create an application, we used to get a default link. If you remember, path admin was there, and admin.site.urls. This is a thing. Like if I run it now, I'm just saying it as admin. We got the Django administration, right? We're not creating this page. This is the default thing given by the Django admin part. Now, what is the username and password? Like, if I'm giving a username here, I only have Ravi here in the browse data. If you can see, only Ravi is there, right? So I'm trying to give admin. Please enter correct username and password for a staff account. Note that both fields may be case sensitive. Why? Because I didn't create a user with the name admin. I can create with any other name also. Like how to create the super user now. Python space manage.py space create super user. Either I can give blank so that it will take the Prakash, the system name, or I can give a particular name. What I can take? Any name? Tell me.
Yeah, admin you can call it admin.
Admin Shiva. Yeah.
admin@gmail.com. Password is admin. Yes. Super user created successfully. It's just asking the password is too short. You want to continue? Yes, I'm saying that's it. Okay. Now, if I give the admin part here and the admin part here, it has logged in, right? So I'm getting a page here. Like view site, we didn't have any site yet. We didn't keep it. Any default page we haven't kept. If you keep the default page, it will get execute the index part. Change password. If you want, you can have the old password, new password confirmation. Okay. Log out in the sense you can go.
Rohit, the table created for this admin separately in the backend.
I didn't get your question. Come again.
No, the admin and admin we have created, right? That value will be there in backend.
Yes.
So with the table, the automatic table which created along with the user, so we didn't create any new table. It's existing table.
Or underscore user, right?
Yeah,
In
that's
that
right. Yeah, okay.
admin username is their email what we have given. The
So,
password is encrypted.
yeah, by default with this application, it is stored in the auth underscore user. It's
Yes.
a default table which got created when you run last time with the
Make
command
migrations, then a
migration. Okay,
migration. See,
okay.
these
So,
all things works for the create super user.
okay, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Auth permission, auth user groups and all.
Yeah. So, but in case of other database, we need to create these tables manually.
Yes.
Auth user.
Here in the DB SQLite 3, you can have make migrations, it will create automatically. For MySQL and others only, you have to have it.
Okay. So, I mean, I need to create exact auth underscore user is a name, or we can create different name for admin table
No,
user.
no, no.
And
This is all default creation, so we have to follow the same thing. If you want to create these things in the MySQL part, you need to copy this thing and create there inside the MySQL thing.
okay. No, generally how it works. See, we escalate it, create the underlying tables by default, right? So it understands when you create super user, it will store the values in the auth user directly.
Yes,
But in
yes.
Oracle, it will not happen.
Right. Oracle or MySQL, it won't happen. We need to create the tables. There, the migration doesn't apply.
If I do the setup, the database is Oracle or MySQL. If
Okay.
I run the command create super user, it will not work. Before that, I need to create the table first and then hit the command.
Correct. Yes, what you have said is correct. If you want to create a super user, you need to create all these tables.
Okay. So
This Srijam
these
multi-type.
tables, auth underscore whatever it is, that are the mandatory tables by default for an
Yes.
application.
If you want to have it super user.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want to have the super user and users, if I click on here, so admin is the user what I've created, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just now I've created a super user. The same thing you can say. Groups, I didn't create any groups. Okay. Now what I want to do is, I have a register, right, in the models.
Yes.
In the models, there is a register. And similar to this, we have an admin.py for the super user things. So what I want to do is I want to access that registration thing here. So what I have to do, just from dot models, the thing what you have written is register. The same thing I'm trying to get here. Input, and whatever the thing is there, you need to keep it here inside the admin side dot register. This register is predefined for anything. It's a register thing. It's only. And here, what we are trying to import is also a register itself, right?
Mhm.
Save this thing. Reloading the changes. Changes has been reloaded. I'm just refreshing. So when I refresh, I got the register thing, right?
Yes.
If I call a register here, register object is there. What is that register object, Ravi? The same thing what we have here inside the user registration. And if you want, you can create a new author also, registration.
Actually, here the things are different, right? The save and all coming. Yeah, can you go to that? It's under default by Django. It's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, we have created these things, right? Like the models.
Yes. Yes.
For the models, if you have this admin cert register, it might be register, it might be upon anything. You have to write it here inside this.
See
So
what is this register? The site dot registered is the
we are adding this model in our particular Django super user,
okay. See
the admin part.
the design under it is taken control by itself because the space and everything looks like different, right?
Yes, yes. Like if I have to add a register, new register now, it will create those default things.
No. What I'm saying the look and feel, right? It is user in HTML. It was having horizontal way. Here it is coming as a row,
Line
and
by line.
yeah,
Yeah,
Structure.
we don't have the control over it. We just have to write this line and it will just create it automatically.
okay. So this is save and add another save, continue adding save. These and all buttons are there, right?
Yes, yes. So we are not responsible for all those things. These are already just we are writing the model what we are trying to use. For that, it will create it defaultly. Like if I
I
open
get
this,
it.
yeah, tell me.
The CSS you are saying, right? That will not applicable. The style and all in design.
No, no, no. Here it won't be applicable.
Okay. So I got it.
And I'll just say save.
Okay.
Register object 2. It just gives the object 1, object 2. Just now I've given the Shiva, right?
Oh,
And
the
the same thing,
delete also coming automatically. Oh,
we have inserted it, right? Shiva, it
no. The button delete is coming in the screen automatically.
Yes, yes, yes. It comes
Okay,
actually.
that is good. Okay.
So there's a advantage of
Design.
having Django super users. So you don't have to do, you just have to create a model and register it them here. The admin part can directly access them.
It is applicable only for the super user. We have this Django administration.
Yes, super user in the sense the Django administrator who can access these things. Like users, if you want to add or delete whatever you want to do, you can change it here actually.
Okay. I thought it's not all the screens will have this default Django one. Only for admin we will have this.
Yes, only for admin will have all these things.
Okay.
So if you say view site, it's asking either you have to have admin register login or profile. Okay.
Okay.
And the register object what we have created, it's showing here what actions we have done. History, if you want to check, you have done the history. Admin you have added. So these are all options. We are not creating them. We are not writing them. Just directly registering that particular thing. It will directly create it here. Okay. So I'll stop here. You complete the application with the static images. Keep the images in all the pages. Make
Okay.
that page look lively. Add some other changes. Then this thing, super user part. Just add this line. It will be sufficient. And your task will be in the models. Write down another thing known as doctor registration. What are the fields required? Mention those fields. Okay. And that try to have it inside the admin.
Oh, doctor.
Admin.site.register. You have those things inside this so that the admin will add the doctor. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. That's the task for you today. You complete that thing. It's easy, similar to like previous things. Just you don't write the views.py. You don't write the connectivity code and all. Just you write the model and have it inside the admin.py. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Thank
Right.
you.
So we'll meet. Yeah. Tell
Before
me.
that, one doubt. Out we are connecting database in Django only, right? So in normal Python also we can connect a DB, right? Reading
Yes.
file from files and store the file value into the database.
Yes, we can do it.
Okay, yeah. So we
You want an example? I'll show you an example with
yes,
MySQL.
yes. Any example, yeah.
Okay then. So you just complete these things.
Okay.
I'll check it out and we'll tell tomorrow. Is that fine?
Yeah. Fine. Tomorrow, fine. Yeah. SQLite or any DB. That is one thing.
Yeah. Fine. We'll see the MySQL part, which is easier.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.